Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to sync your Metamask account to your website. So here I've got one with 0.025 ETH in it. If I go to sync my wallet here, it loads the balance and shows 0.026, which is exactly what I have here, just rounded up. And if I change account, it loads the balance again and shows there you go. And I can even navigate around the website. So here's the Ghost Cat website. Go between pages, you can see the URLs changing, and it maintains this. However, if you refresh, this will go away, and you have to load it once again. So let's jump right into it. To get started, I'm going to use create React app to create the template of a React app, obviously, and I'm going to use Yarn. You can use npx, you can use npm, you can use Yarn, whichever one you're more familiar with. And before I do that, actually, let me go to my desktop. Yarn, create React app, Metamask. In a couple of minutes, this should all be done, and I'll see you then. Alright, that's all done. Let's navigate into the folder with VS Code. And I'm going to run it to make sure everything worked. Perfect. So let's create our components folder and create our styles folder. So within there, I'll create my button component and import the style sheet from styles/button CSS. And I want to return a button. Let's just put test in there for now, and with a class name of very original button. And for my styles, I'll create the CSS file and copy this in because this is not a CSS guide. And here, let's import this new button component. So with this automatically imported, if this didn't work for you, make sure you import it. And in my app CSS file, I'm just going to center this button. So there we go. We've got our button in the middle of the screen, and now we'll work on the ethers. Alright, now we get started on the fun stuff. So to start off, we're going to use useState from React to store our different states. And let me just create those quickly. So firstly, we're going to have the account, which is defaulted to null. I'm going to copy this 3 times. There will be the error, set error, and our balance. And for our button, when we click it, I want to have a connect wallet handler. You can call this whatever you want. I think this just makes a lot of sense. So we'll create that function, which has to be async, and we will wrap that in a try catch block. So this is where we'll handle the errors. So set error, error.message. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is to make sure there's actually the wallet installed on the page. So window.ethereum will give us access to that. And make sure that it is Metamask. So if this is the case, we will do a request. So I'm going to use await window.ethereum.request with a method of eth request accounts. Let's wrap that. And for now, let's just have a look at the request. And it seems I've spelt on click wrong. There's a capital C. So we click this, and here we go. 0x blah 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 blah. Go to my MetaMask. It ends in 90F1. So this right here is my account. And you can see that it's wrapped in an array, so we need to get the first element, which is 0. So Back to here, we will set my account to request 0. And I'm also going to set the balance to loading for now. So the next thing we want to do is to get our balance. So let's call this balance request. And we will once again access it through this window.ethereum.request. But this time we get the method of get balance, and the parameters for that are our account, and we're going to add latest, so we get the latest balance. And with this, console.log balance request. Click this again, wait a bit, and this is our balance in either Wei or Gwei, I'm not too sure, but this is stored as a hexadecimal, so it's not really useful to us. So this is where Ethers comes in. So let's import Ethers from Ethers, and we can get our balance. So let's add a plus to format it as a number. Ethers.utils.format ether. And this here, balance request. And now if we console log this balance, we should see the proper balance. 0.025 blah 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 blah. It's this 0.258 rounded up. So great, everything works. And I think there's one thing left, which is to set the error of please install Metamask here. So if Metamask is installed, do all of this, otherwise set the error, please install Metamask. And with that, everything should be working. So I can just throw in this balance here to show us. And of course, I need to set the balance here. So I click the button, and there we go, our balance will show up. So step by step, here we check if the MetaMask is actually installed. Here we actually request the account, so it gives us back the 0x your account ID. And then we set our account to that. And then here we're getting our balance with that account ID. And then we're setting our balance. So all we use Ethers for in this method is just to format it from Gwei in a hexadecimal format into something we can actually read. And here we're just saying please install Metamask if you don't have it, and this will catch any other errors that happen. So now we can finally format the front end in a nicer way. So I know you shouldn't do this in a button component because this is extra stuff, but I'm just going to add it here. So if there is a balance, we will output the balance. Same with account and error. So the formatting's a bit crap, but here we have balance, we have the account, and we have the error, which I realize shouldn't be there unless there's an else statement. So let's just fix that. Great, no error. Balance and account. So with that, everything works. If you refresh, it gets rid of it. And if you click this button again, it just keeps trying to sync. But now if I change accounts, you see it doesn't update automatically. I have to click sync again. Ignore the formatting, I'm going to fix that in a second. But there's a balance of 0, so it doesn't even say the word balance, and there's my account. So we're going to fix that and make sure it auto updates. Okay, so I've gone ahead and changed the styling so it doesn't look like crap. And if I was to change account, still nothing happens. Sync changes to the balance. So let's add our event listener. So window.ethereum.on, and now we're looking for accounts changed. So when accounts changed happens, we want to call this function here. That simple. And now with that, let me change to my other account. And it automatically changes. And we can delete this console log here as well. And that's about it. Everything should be set up. And let's open that in incognito mode to test if it would work. And it appears it doesn't, so let's see why. And this is because it's trying to do this without the window.ethereum thing even existing. So we need to do if window.ethereum do this. So there you go. Error, please install Metamask. Great. Everything is working. So the only thing left to do would be to separate it into different components, style it, and you can set up your global state if you want it to persist through page changes, like if I go back to my website and show you. If I sync, it shows the balance. If you went to another page as it is now and went back, this would be gone. But I've set up a global state, and I can make a tutorial on that if you want, so let me know. But if you're just making a one-page app, you're good to go with the code we've made. So, hope this was helpful. Ask anything in the comments, join Discord, Twitter, I'll be available anywhere.